Over the years, I've often travelled to Guernsey for holidays and short breaks. On each visit, I've written down my experiences to make my very own Guernsey diary. This morning, I woke up early with a light breeze blowing through my window. On days like this, these islands seem enchanted. It was so clear, I felt I could almost reach out and touch either of the closest ones, Herm and Sark, or swim to Alderney a little further off. And I could even see the coast of France. I understand why people can relax here all year round. Guernsey's subtle charm and stability are alluring. And even though the pace is manageable, I found there's always something new to discover. An unusual custom, a tale from its fascinating history, a wonderful view or startling sunset. Spring is the month for bright skies and flowers. Each winding lane, every hedgerow, clifftop and valley blossoms with wild flowers and plant life. I must have walked for miles this afternoon with Robert through secluded lanes and paths, marvelling at it all, hundreds of varieties. I wonder if I shall ever learn all their names. Many visitors I've spoken to are surprised by the wonderful walks there are to be found. They're not all obvious. Sometimes I find a new one quite by accident. It can take years to know just one part of the island really well, and there's always a hidden secret around the corner. We went to dinner last night in St. Peter Port. Even though it was just family, we could hardly make up our minds where to go. I was amazed by the choice of restaurants. In the end, we decided on some local seafood. Probably try something different tomorrow. And it was superb. We ate looking over the marina. It was a spring high tide and the boats looked like they were almost on the pier. Afterwards, we strolled through the town and back along the front. I've rarely felt so safe. They tell me there's hardly any crime here, and I can believe it. Herm was so hot yesterday. I'm glad I took plenty of suntan lotion. I've been there half a dozen times before, but it's always a treat. Like the other islands, its character is romantic and charming. With long, sandy beaches and luscious greenery, it's exactly how I always imagine a small island to be. On a hot day, you could forget where you are, especially on Shell Beach, which is quite unlike the rest. It's made up of tiny shells which drift in from the Gulf Stream. And there are self-catering apartments and a wonderful colonial-style hotel called the White House, which is intriguing. I must stay there one day. Then there's Sark, so different again, like going right back in time. In fact, the way it's run is ancient. It must be one of the last feudal systems. No taxis, no cars, one policeman, just a peaceful, delightful way of life. With cliffs on all sides, the island seems to rise out of the sea, and although the beaches are hard to reach, you can walk in peace or cycle round its lanes and tracks. I must admit, We took a carriage ride. I couldn't resist it. After all, we were on holiday. I know very few places which have such an appealing simplicity, just natural and unspoilt, with spectacular views. And I hear there are good places to stay in Sark as well. It's another thing I must try. Last time I came to Guernsey, I visited Alderney for the day. It's further north, but only a 15-minute flight on one of the little Islander planes. It's larger than Herm or Sark, but still as unspoiled, and the pace of life is very easy. Robert wants to go this time, especially to play golf. It seemed to me like an isle of breezes, so fresh, quiet and uncrowded, with the land rising only in the south. And the capital village St Anne is delightful. Dare I say, quaint? I was amazed when one of the locals told me I was only 8 miles away from the Normandy coast. It really is somewhere you can go to get away from it all. I went painting today for the first time in ages. My niece, Catherine, has asked me for a picture and I couldn't resist her. The hardest part was deciding where to go. She said it had to be a beach or a bay. In the end, I decided on Moulin Wet. As I sat there with my watercolours, I couldn't help thinking of Renoir's painting of the bay. My hobby of painting has really helped me appreciate colours, and I'm always surprised by the richness of colour here. But there's something about the quality of the light too. It can be so pure. Eventually, I'd like to paint all the bays and beaches, but it may take some time. Got a call from David and Caroline yesterday. They've come over on holiday to join us. They told me they didn't expect such high standards of hotel accommodation or such a range to choose from, especially for self-catering. It's funny to know what people expect before they've actually been here. We're going to charter a yacht with a skipper and sail around the islands. I'm really excited about that. I love sailing. Judging by the number of boats, I'm not the only one. But sailing is just one of the many sports which the locals enjoy, and it seems I end up trying a different one each time I come. I've managed to get away for a long weekend, a well-earned break from work. I enjoy popping over here, but this is the first time I've come in autumn. I've never seen the island at this time of year before. In some ways, I feel like I'm seeing it again for the very first time. There's a fabulous selection of food in the covered market all year round, but at this time of the year there seems to be more than ever. It must be all the food which is produced locally. I could hardly make up my mind what to buy, especially when I reached the fish market. I was just spoilt for choice. But of course, the Guernsey farmers and fishermen know how to make the most of the land and the sea. Enjoyed a whole afternoon shopping today, and because there is no VAT, things like jewellery are a real temptation. After we'd been to town, we drove out to one of the island's gold and silversmiths. We always hire a car, it's so cheap to do here. After that, we went on to a local glassware and a pottery centre. I think I must have bought presents for the whole family. This evening, Robert and I had a simple meal and a bottle of wine at a bistro on the southwest coast. As we ate, we watched the sunset. What a wonderful way to end a lovely day. It was raining and cloudy this morning, so Robert and I decided to visit Candy Museum. I was fascinated to learn more about the island's history. I know that it has its own government and that different countries have fought for possession of it, including the French and British. But I never knew about its Roman history or its archaeological sites. I picked up a book about it all, and there are literally hundreds of things to know about the bailiwick's past. In fact, it was only when I saw the statue of Victor Hugo that I realised he had made his home here for 15 years. Afterwards, we went for a pub lunch. It was a traditional Guernsey building with a calm atmosphere, and the food was tasty. Robert tried a traditional local dish called bean jar. By the time we'd finished, the weather had brightened up, so we headed out to the cliffs. It was so fresh there after the rain, with a wonderful strong breeze coming in off the sea. It was really invigorating. Robert took lots of photographs. He loves the winter seascapes here. The pace of life here is so civilized that I feel completely relaxed after only 1 or 2 days and ready to really enjoy the rest of my break. I hope it doesn't pass too quickly. I really treasure these visits. Anyway, I mustn't be sad. I know I'm bound to be back again soon.
You can make your journey to Guernsey by choosing from a variety of routes throughout the United Kingdom. If you wish to travel by sea, Condor offers a choice of 2 vessels at very competitive prices. Their high-speed car-carrying catamaran operates twice a day direct to Guernsey from Weymouth, taking just 2¼ hours. This craft is more like a plane than a ship, with a state-of-the-art ride control system so you can relax and enjoy hostess service or a drink at the bar. You can also make the most of a leisurely daytime or nighttime crossing on Condor's traditional ferry, which has a superb range of facilities. Both vessels offer extensive duty-free shopping. For better choice and better value, Jersey European Airways serves Guernsey from Belfast City, Birmingham, Exeter and Manchester, and also operates the BAE 146 Whisper jet to the island from London Gatwick. For details of flights, unbeatable airfares and special car hire rates, telephone 0345 676676 or see your travel agent. Jersey European. Better choice, better value. Air UK, Britain's 3rd largest scheduled airline, flies from Southampton and London Heathrow all year round. Flights are frequent, with up to 10 a day from southern England. The high ratio of cabin crew to passengers means everyone can be sure of individual attention. Air UK operate a seasonal service from Norwich and Leeds Bradford, and there are daily flights from Britain's newest and passenger-friendly airport, London Stansted. From here, there are connections to Scotland and Newcastle throughout the summer months. British Airways Express brings all the benefits of flying the world's favourite airline and the convenience of frequent direct flights to Guernsey from more departure points than any other carrier. Convenient connecting flights are also available. Competitive fares, short check-in times and renowned service standards make British Airways Express the choice of many. Their services to Guernsey may be operated by the independent carriers City Flyer Express or Manx Airlines Europe. More information is available from British Airways or your travel agent. Alderney Air Services provides Guernsey with a flying bus service. Throughout the day, the famous yellow aircraft travel between Guernsey, Alderney and Jersey, their busiest route, where flights leave every 30 minutes. They also operate a separate service to Alderney from Southampton. Using Alderney's other routes between Guernsey, Cherbourg and Dinard, you can even plan for a 2-centre holiday in the Channel Islands. And with a wide choice of fares, you'll find a ticket designed to suit your requirements. To book your holiday, refer to your brochure pack or contact your local APTA travel agent.